and welcome to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician. Now today we are finally going to be listening to Selena Gomez's new album, Rare, which I have been waiting for such a long time. She's taken a few years out to really put some work into this album and also have a bit of a step back. So it's going to be interesting to see the development in the writing and her vocal and what actually is going into this record. You know, is it a step forward? Is it a step backwards? Usually artists will say that their next record, every single time they release one, their next record is their most personal, most vulnerable, etc, etc. And you know, we sort of, from my perspective, would expect that from them, because as you get a little bit older each time, you're developing and you're soaking in more and more from your life. So I would hope that that would be the case with this record, and I'm interested to see if it's taking a step away from her usual kind of sound, or if it's remaining in her real pop genre. Obviously we've had a couple of single releases so far, and what I've really liked about those two, and what's really rare about what she's done, is she's made a couple of songs that are pop songs that I haven't got sick of. And usually when I listen to pop music, I either love it forever, or I listen to it 6, 7, 8 times and then I go, okay, I've actually had enough of this now. And she has managed to give me a couple of songs that I have personally gone, okay, these are staying in my playlist forever. So I'm hoping that the rest of the album also follows that sort of trajectory. We're going to find out. And then just looking at the titles, it goes from Rare, Dance Again, Look at Her Now, to Lose You to Love Me, Ring, Vulnerable, People You Know, Let Me Get Me. And then towards the end we've got Fun, Cut You Off, A Sweeter Place. So it feels like we're going on this relationship journey with this record. And also we already know what Lose You to Love Me and Look at Her Now are saying, so it's going to be really interesting to see how they fit within this album. So let's start with Rare. Here we go. Finger drums straight in there, very interesting. Feels so distant. Delayed vocals, clicks, timpani roll in there. Hey, that da-da-da-da-da-da, that gives me vibes of Look at Her Now and Lose You to Love Me straight away. Just the vocal thinking, the thought behind those melodies. Oh, lots of percussive elements, all very different from each other. I know that I'm special. Yeah. It's like she's putting too much effort into this person when she's not getting it back. So, little distortion on this vocal. Nice movement. So rare. I like those comeback, those responses. Oh, nice. Nice, and I like that she's ended that with the same way that she started it, with those little drum rolls on the, probably the bongo drum, I'm guessing. Cool song, very detached, staccato-y kind of feel to it, and a clear message. You're not seeing how special I am, why can't you see how rare I am? Oh, that bass. Oh, and happiness ain't something that you sit back and you wait for. So many things in that first little bit that I like. Great lyric. Oh. Yeah. This again has another very staccato feeling chorus, so we're getting a little bit of a vibe right now. Good. She says good a lot in her songs, doesn't she? Crackle effect. So many different elements in this. A little bit disco. Doesn't this section remind you of an 80s movie where there's maybe a little bit of a drama going on and there's a car going down a highway? I don't know, something about it that gives me that vibe. Ooh, I like that melody too. Very cool. Okay, so now we come to Look at Her Now and Lose You to Love Me, which I've already done videos for, which I will put a little link for up here. But we're still going to look at them briefly and kind of delve into how they fit within this album. Love these sample vocals. The dryness at the ends of some of these phrases. Took a few years to soak up the tears, but look at it now, watch it go. And then, yeah, what I get from this is that everything's quite rhythmical again, so she's really developing and exploring her rhythmical vocals within this record, whereas with her last one she was more looking at the lower vocals that she has and her tone and timbre there. Now she's focusing more, to me, on the rhythmical aspect of music and rhythms within vocals. Aya, aya, aya. Oh. There's lots of reverbs on those backing bits. Lots of percussive elements in this as well. They are everywhere in this record. Look at it now. Even if she wants, this part is great because you're falling onto a different chord sequence that moves you somewhere. Different vocals. Look at it now, yeah, it's developing. And straight into Lose You to Love Me. So usually when songs go to the mastering companies, I would say they tend to put about 2 seconds at the end of each song, but for a turnaround to get into the next one. But she is really like going straight into the next song. Look at it now, Lose You to Love Me. Straight away. Listen to this. And you let it burn, sing off key in my chorus, 'cause it wasn't yours. I love the little touch of that vocal layer there, that octave vocal layer, the beneath one. Get your words out, Nina. See, Purpose. Purpose is an album by Justin Bieber, and that to me is a direct speaking to Justin on this record. To me. Maybe I'm alone in that. Referring to dancing as their relationship. To love you, to love you. And it's the dropping offs of the years that's so good in this to me. To love me. This pushing, pulling, pizzicato strings. It's almost like a waltz. Set fires in my forest, and you let it burn. Sang off key in my chorus. Here we go, reverse sound. Gospel choir. Amazing. Pulling back on most of the instruments. Love that raise. And then coming out with this soft piano. Just gives you a moment to soak in what's just happened, you know. Now we're moving into what I think are a lot more of the darker songs. We'll see. Oh, that's not very dark. That almost sounds a bit like a Camila Cabello introduction. No?
You all your feelings, baby. All into me. I'm 1 in a billion, baby. Don't you agree?
I'm 1 in a billion. There she goes again, giving us that rare reference.
They just like puppets on a string.
I like this.
So I just let it ring.
Ring, ring. Oh, ding. This is a little whimsical, and I really like it. I really like that ring, ring, ring. There's space in that melody. There is a catchiness to it. Her vocal sounds really nice. It's a little bassier. This could be my favourite so far. I haven't had a bad song yet. This is all good so far. I am enjoying it. I'm waiting for that one that I go, I'm going to skip it. Haven't found it so far.
Wrap around my finger like a ring.
Snare roll. Loads of reverb.
String, string, string.
I love that. Little sliding vocal, slightly chromatic, so that's when you go between every single note rather than tone, whole tone by whole tone.
Wrap around my finger like a ring.
run. Oh, now we've got a horn line. This gives us more of a, definitely a Camila Cabello vibe. Ha! Love that. Favourite so far. Vulnerable. Give us your best shot. That bass.
If I give you every piece of me, I know that you could drop it. Give you the chance, I know that you could take advantage, but you got it.
Yeah. Yes. I enjoy when we have it's a really rhythmical vocal, a one note melody that gives the music behind it a chance to do something interesting, and that bass is doing something interesting.
If I was the greatest thing to happen to you, would you know it?
Slide guitar.
If I show you all my demons and we dive into the deep end, would we crash and burn like every time before?
There, I sort of, in my head, I want it to go. Just reach up somewhere, but maybe it will in a sec.
Vulnerable.
Oh, that's nice though.
I'll stay vulnerable.
Yes. Okay, so she's kind of getting the chord sequence that I really feel like this song needs to go to, but not quite reaching up there, so maybe later on in the song that's going to happen. This is cool though. Even a harmony would do.
I'll stay vulnerable.
Oh, there we go, a little higher there. Whoa. Little ethnic vibes, like sort of having those big held notes in the vocal, but then also within the surrounding music there's an epicness to this, an almost tribal feel in a way. We're building. Yes.
I'll stay vulnerable.
There we go, there's a little height and depth to this now. Woo! I love this.
I'll stay vulnerable.
Selena, this record is getting better and better. I'm getting excited. I am loving this. Okay, so far, Vulnerable is my favourite, closely followed by Ring. To be fair, actually, the way that we've listened to this, reverse all of those songs and they go in my order of favourite to least favourite so far. Oh, but Rare's good. This is hard, man. Okay, People You Know. Impress me. More of those 80s sounds.
Days we couldn't be farther. Many wasted nights with
Delays. So many wasted nights with you.
I hate it, wish I could take it back, 'cause
Dynamic range in her vocal there.
people can go from people you know to people you don't. We step it up.
Okay, so her pre-chorus is her chorus, so I like how they just put that beat around it and suddenly you're like, oh, that melody's actually pretty good, right? This, to me, I like it straight away, but I feel like it's going to be a real grower, and the reason why I'm going to keep wanting to listen to this is because of the message. People you know go from people you know to people you don't. It's true, it happens all the time. It doesn't even have to necessarily be a romantic situation that we're talking about. This happens with friends, even family, you know? There's a warmth to this with the synth sounds, but still percussive, still rhythmic. From people you know to people you don't. Okay, post-chorus. Yes, this is so well written. I hope you don't think that I am being too positive about this record. I genuinely am really, really enjoying this. I really am, and I haven't had a pop record that I've enjoyed this much. I know I haven't listened to all of it yet, but that I've enjoyed this much for a while. You know, I've had some great pop records, but not one that I feel like I'm gonna love. Yeah, pushing her vocal there. She has a great recording voice, Selena. She really does. They get from her some really good vocals, you know, when she pushes, when she really gets that chest vocal out and she soars, It sounds really nice, and you can put so many different effects, vocal effects, on a vocal like hers and give it a different feel. So yeah, she's just got a really good recording voice. So let me get me. A little weirdness going on with that acoustic guitar. Another very whimsical start. Yeah. Burn like that, raise in the vocal. The chord movements in this are so subtle. It's just that one chord to that next, that one chord to that next, that you can relax into it and let all of the different interesting elements wash over you and just be like, I like this. Where is this chorus going? So, oh, claps coming. There's a double vocal effect there, so you've got your main vocal and your octave below. Weird. Don't get me down. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to be the one that takes me down. There's something funny about that. Maybe that's why that's reflected in the music, you know, the stupidness of the fact that we are all strong enough to say, hey, you're not going to bring me down, but, well, not all of us, but, you know, if you've got that in you, that sort of fire in you that I think Selena does. But then when it comes to yourself, you let yourself get dragged down so easily. You're like, I'm done. So, I like that she's exploring this in a song. Loads of little bits of percussion. Oh, so bizarre, that vocal. Big crackling sound. More of those pizzicato strings. She sounds like a wolf. Maybe this is her primal state. She is in herself, knowing the darkest parts of herself, and the whatever parts. I don't know. This almost feels really primal to me. It is kind of interesting to listen to though. It makes me want to do this. Interesting. Perhaps straight away, little organ sound, and those backing bits, sample vocals. Baby, it's just me and you, just us two, even in a crowded room. Baby, it's just me and you. Yeah. So that sentiment is something we've heard before, isn't it? You know, just it feels like it's just me and you in a crowded room. That's something that we can instantly visualize. I guess that is our combination. Said you feel lost, well so do I. See, to me, this song doesn't necessarily fit within the record as much as the other ones have. Very aspirate, breathy vocal. Range, Selena. Yeah, so this song is more of an R&B chill vibe. Maybe it's a good thing. Every single song that we've listened to so far has been quite a lot, but in a good way. I like that in a record. I don't necessarily need a song that I can chill out to for a second. If it's taking me on a vibe, I'm quite happy to go through the whole album on that vibe. So for me, this song doesn't necessarily fit, but you know, I'm willing to keep listening and see if it catches my heart. Maybe it's just me and you. Oh, I'm singing it. It's catchy. Uh-huh. So here in his part, we've just got that slightly open hi-hat. That's his accompaniment, percussion-wise. Can't say that word. Now those drums are really developing. Big cymbal swells there. Continuing, actually. That grew on me as I listened to it more. That grew on me, that song. And I feel like it still won't be the one that I skip towards, but I may not skip over it if it comes on. Little electric guitar for us. Breathy vocal. Nice. Da-dun, da-dun. Nice. Ah, and then we're just developing that drum pattern as well. Space. This is another one of those more bassy, smooth sounding songs on this record. I think you're kind of crazy. I knew that would be there. I swear to you, I have not listened to this song before, but just from being a writer myself, I can kind of tell where melodic ideas and lyrical ideas, I'm sure you're the same, even if you're not a writer, are gonna fit back in within a chorus. Pop sandwich, first one. So this, even though it's completely different to Crowded Room, it still has this more chilled vibe, so we've really got to that stage of the record. And I'm thinking with the next song, it being called Fun, we're going to get back to maybe a more up-tempo, or more similar to the beginning of the album feel, vibe, and then Cut You Off in a Sweeter Place are going to be more celebratory. You're insane, there's no two ways about it. Baby. And that, that's following that as well. Oh, magical. So all of that beautiful percussive chimes and the sweeping sounds there. Oh, nice chord changes. This makes me think Christina Aguilera. Strict. I think you're kind of crazy, you know it. This is a cool song. It's not my favourite again, but it's a cool song. Really interesting. So now let's see if Fun follows the pattern. I think it will. This is just what the doctor ordered. See? Straight back up. Descending chord line. We both know we got complications. Like that. Very layered in the vocals. And reverb. This makes me think more of Look at Her Now, but like a slower version. This is cool. Yeah, and definitely a slightly, still up tempo, but slightly slower version of Look at Her Now. And You Look Like Fun, that's like the sequel to Look at Her Now. She's sort of saying, I know I can do this, I know I can get back to that good stage again with myself and maybe with someone else, but with myself. And now this one's kind of saying, hey, you look kind of fun. Maybe we can get down sometime. Very cool song. Yeah, this is growing on me the more I listen to it as well. I think I was a bit sort of like, where is this going at the beginning? But I'm getting more of a feel for it now. So dry. Might not be the one. You look like fun. You look like fun. I love this. Like. Oh. Do you know what's interesting about that is it's come so close to the end of the song rather than in more of a bridge section. Those rhythmical vocals. I knew that would happen because that's exactly what she does at the end of her songs. She repeats those main lyrical ideas just right at the very end. That's her thing with this record. Pull up to the mirror, staring at my face. Gotta vibey. All the extra weight. Hey, the extra weight she's been carrying, that's not weight, that's mental weight, that's memories, that's whatever you want to call it. How could I confuse that shit for love? So I gotta mouth sounds. Soully, vibey. A little bit different for Selena. That gives you a feeling. Such a big thing, isn't it? Cutting someone off, but this song is putting it in a real simplistic, just cut you off. That's it. That's it, baby. Love that with the bass following that lead vocal. Cut you off. That space as well. I just cut you off. John Mayer, hello. Nice fill back in there, very simple, very necessary. Cut you off, yeah. Oh, she got me! She got me. See, I said she's gonna do that. Cut you off, like she does in the rest of her songs, but she knew that I was thinking that, so instead she used a very clever writing technique, and because the lyric is cut you off, she cut herself off and didn't even complete the song. I see you, Selena. It's like Blade Runner meets modern day, I guess.
Is there a place where I can hide away?
Just from that introduction I'm getting an idea of where this song is going, but it makes me look back at the rest of the album and see that there is a point where the music changes, and that point is Let Me Get Me. And after that, she's on a completely different vibe, and it makes me wonder how her music is going to develop from this point onwards, what her next record's going to be like. Okay, maybe this didn't go exactly where I thought it would.
Up in the clouds, far from the crowds, I can't believe.
She's put that vocal effect on again, so it has a double, like a layering, an octave layering.
There must be a sweeter.
Yeah. Oh! Hello, sample vocals. I wasn't sure about the song at the beginning. Now we have this part, I get it. I don't even know if it needs Kid Cudi. I mean, I love Kid Cudi, but I don't know if it needs him. Like, it could have just been Selena on this last track. Schmacken. What was she saying there that they sampled? Sweeping synths, you really hear them here. They're quite forward in the mix. There must be a sweeter place. See, I would have put that there. It's like if you listened to that album from back to front, you would be expecting it to continue on that particular vibe all the way through. But to me, this is two different stories put together musically. Maybe if I just read the lyrics, it would all make sense, but to me, it feels like two different bodies of work that have been put together. And maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but I feel like there may have been a bit of a break between writing some of the songs. But I am very impressed nonetheless. To me, the strongest, most pop-like songs, that's my favourite genre, are all the way from track 1 to track 8. Track 9 I still liked at the end of it, so I'm kind of going to include that. Then Kind of Crazy Fun, Cut You Off, A Sweeter Place, to me are the ones that aren't grabbing me right now the same way that those first 8-9 tracks did. And I'm interested to see if I keep listening to this record, which I definitely will. If I end up gravitating towards those songs more, it quite often happens that you end up doing that because you start to appreciate songs better and they fit within an album in a different way to you once you've listened to it a couple of times. So I'll be really interested to see what happens with that. But in the meantime, please do let me know what your favourite songs are in the comments box down below, and what do you think of this body of work. Is it your favourite Selena album so far? Do you think she's pushed herself outside of her comfort zone? Let me know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nina_Schofield. And I will see you guys very soon. Love you.